Cincinnati is a city of contrasts, beautiful but bruised, vibrant but vulnerable. In the same neighborhoods where children ride bikes and elders sit on porches, there are families grieving, streets echoing with gunshots, and healing that feels just out of reach.
What you here for, T? I'm here to make history. I'm here to kill all that white supremacy. It's about time that we stop telling history and tell our story. But here I go. Peace, God, times is hard.
What started as a normal Saturday, we got a call that no one wants to get. A 2-year-old was shot in the Fay Apartments. The details are still unfolding, but one thing was clear: a child's life was in the balance, and the neighborhood was shaken. For those of us on the front lines, this isn't a headline, it's a call to action. After leaving the scene of the crime, I returned back to East Westwood with my fellow Good Troublemakers, Tiara and Rob. The events of the morning sparked a moment with Rob where he was able to share with me a moment from 2007 when he was shot, right here in this neighborhood. His story reminded us that healing from gun violence doesn't just mean physical recovery, it's a lifelong battle, mental, emotional, and spiritual.
Came up here it was one summer night. I was probably maybe 20. It was like the day before Father's Day, 2007. Came up here to buy some snacks at midnight, ordered from the window and some gas. Came off Kavanaugh from Harrison, mask and guns, trying to rob everybody. And then I kind of tussled with one of them and ran across the street and ended up getting shot on my leg.
That would make you want to leave the community. How long were you in this community?
My whole life. But I moved on McHenry. I was born in English Woods, but I moved on McHenry when I was 8. So my whole life. I didn't move off of McHenry till like early 30s. I'm 40 now.
So how did that situation impact you as far as the leadership role you have now?
I didn't leave the community. I stayed here to be a part of the change. A lot of people that face like adversity and tragedies, they up and run. I didn't run. I stayed here, continue to work, doing my part, motivating, mentoring, trying to just, continue to be the change.
So this event that was here today, it's for more shootings that happened?
Yeah, just more shootings. More shootings that's gonna happen in the community in Westwood and East Westwood. I think probably since it was 07 when I got shot, it's been literally over like 5 right here at this location right here, at least 5.
In Winton, Terrace, a neighborhood too often written off, there's a man planting seeds of hope. Mitch Morris, founder of Save Our Youth Kings and Queens. He has built a sanctuary in the heart of the storm, a place where kids are fed, mentored, and protected. Not with police, but with presence. Not with funding, but with faith. These centers aren't just buildings, they're lifelines.
Mitch, you know how to do the dance? I know it.
But I just pray that we all one day, everybody can be able to do your thing in your corner, whatever. We all do for the same mission together as one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We need to be able to do that, right? Stay doing what you're doing. And the folks that don't want to come in, you gotta let them do what they do. Don't just keep doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
While driving to a mental health awareness screening that evening, Tiara got a call from WLWT Channel 5. They wanted her perspective, and she gave it. The interview was filmed at the Hope Resource Center, another underfunded space doing overcapacity work. Mental health is the silent casualty of gun violence, and most times it doesn't make the news.
Yeah, so with the kids and even adults, so typically around school time, if kids need their hair cut or washed, we usually get a volunteer barber or stylist to come in and do their hair. And then if we have people who reach out to us who just have a job interview or something going on, they just can't afford it. We usually try to get somebody to come in and volunteer their time to make them look nice, because that's a part of making people feel good. Get in a rec center and say, oh, gun violence is going to not affect them, when you haven't talked to the mom, the father, the uncle, or the aunt who lives with them, who may be in that. So we just want to be visible and really dig into trying to dig with these families and get them what they need, and just try to do what we can with the minimum resources that we have. For people who
Our day ended with a special screening at the Dealerz Club Wellness Center. The film, Down by the River, In Search of My Mother's Garden, was a soul-stirring tribute to loss, legacy, and mental health in our community. In honor of Mental Health Awareness, we were invited to witness a powerful journey followed by a live panel discussion featuring mental health advocates and storytellers. Each one shared personal truths about grief, survival, and quiet paths towards healing. In a room full of strangers, we found our own garden, rooted in understanding, resilience, and radical love.
And then being around you, fear. And a lot of the violence that we're experiencing in the Black community today is one of the things Jim said is these young men go through high school and get to a point where they feel like, I'm not intelligent enough to make a career out of this. But we are men, and we're trained to dominate and control our environment to better ourselves, to better the people around us. And so you leave these children or these young men in poverty, in a violent neighborhood, and their mind is, I have to control this some type of way to make it work for me, being that taking over the block or selling drugs or robbing everybody, shooting everybody so they know that you're the person at the top of the mountain. But it's all rooted in what's going on in the person's mind and their emotion. I'm watching these little boys lose their lives and go to jail simply because they're emotional. And they can't go there and you want to say, look, I don't see a way out of what I'm going through. And I don't have the way to process how I feel. And you don't hear it until the tail end, they done kill somebody. And it's like, well, why did you do that? And it's like, well, this was going on in my head at the time. And I didn't know how to process. So all I'm just asking today is for people in general, and that's men too. I'm not putting this on women, because as men, we do it to ourselves. I had to learn to care about what my friends were doing.
Gun violence doesn't just leave behind shell casings. It leaves trauma, and trauma doesn't heal in silence. Across Cincinnati, from East Westwood to Winton Terrace, people are doing the work without headlines, without funding, without rest. This is more than advocacy. This is love in action, because healing is a choice, and truth, even when unarmed, is still powerful.
I got on 8 gold chains and 8 gold rings, and you still refuse to call me king. But what if I told you that I had a dream, that black men and women were on the same team, to make sure these babies can become what they dream? Listen here, little bitch, it ain't what it seems, cause I done walked on water and yet you still won't water me. I done parted the sea and yet you still can't see. I done raised the